Why is it that whenever we want to change and become a better person, and we feel it in our soul that it is the correct thing to do, but our mind and body puts up a huge resistance? Why is that? Well, it is because your body and mind wants to stay in a place of homeostasis. There is nothing your body and mind wants more than to stay in a place where things are familiar and where things are comfortable. But in this video, I will talk about how I have used something I call mind jiu-jitsu to help me whenever I want to change myself. And I'm confident that this is a technique that will help you too. First, let's talk about identity. What exactly is identity? Well, identity is basically how you see yourself. And this self-perception has been reinforced throughout your whole life, through your experiences, through your feedback from others, and through your internal narratives. When you want to change, that basically implies that you also want to change how you see yourself. For example, if you want to become more healthy, then you need to see yourself as someone healthy. Because if you're not, you're probably not going to do the actions of a healthy person. Your actions and your identity needs to align. And when you try to change, you're trying to create a new mindset. And what this means for your old mindset is that you're trying to kill it. And what happens when you're trying to kill something? Well, it's going to fight back for its life. That is why your mind puts up such a huge resistance to change. But this also leads me to the main concept I want to talk about in this video, and that is mind jiu-jitsu. I named this technique mind jiu-jitsu partly because I train Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But if you're unfamiliar with jiu-jitsu, just think of normal fighting. When you are trying to take an action that is against your old identity, but aligned with the new identity you're trying to create, you're basically creating a fight between your new identity and your old identity. But because your old identity has a lot more experience, he's probably going to win most of the time. Just like in fighting, right? You have certain moves, but he has more experience and better moves. And one of the main moves that I think an old identity has is rationalization. So let's say you're trying to become more healthy, and there is a situation where there is candy on the table. Your new identity might make the move like this. Oh, I'm trying to become healthy. I'm not gonna eat that. But your old identity is going to fight back. He might say something like, it's just one candy. Let's just eat one candy. It's not gonna hurt anything. And your new identity might counter with something like, let's be strong. I can do this. But your old identity comes back with something like, come on, let's just eat it this time. You used a lot of energy, right? You need a reward, some sugar, some energy, right? I promise, next time we're not gonna eat it, but this time, let's eat it this time, okay? And you give in. Your old identity wins. And he's probably going to win a lot of the times, especially in the beginning. But just like in combat sports, if you continue to show up and continue to train, you are eventually going to develop defensive moves and counter-attacking moves. If you know that your opponent usually does a certain move, you can position yourself such that you will counteract that move. You can even bait it. And for the old identity, if you know that he is going to use the move rationalization, you can prepare yourself for this and you can counteract it. And your win is gonna feel so good. And you're probably gonna win for a while right now. But just like you develop defensive moves and counter-attacking moves, your old identity is also going to develop certain new moves. So this is going to be an ongoing battle. But just like combat sports, just like any other sport, you keep showing up, keep training, and you keep training smart. I'm confident that you're going to get your desired victories over your old identity.